denigrating white people to determine who lives and who dies. If you're white, you don't get the vaccine, or if you're white, you don't get therapeutics. It's unbelievable to think this.
It is unbelievable to think that that was the case. You don't. So that is Trump at a rally, which he's apparently still doing. It's a pandemic. People aren't wearing masks or whatever, but whatever, just have fun, hang out with all your buddies. Saying that if you are white, you cannot get the vaccine and you cannot get therapeutics. Now, I will ask you, the immediate live audience we have right now, people who might be watching this video later on, maybe you're conservative, maybe you're a white conservative, you're watching this. Do you think that you can't get the vaccine literally today if you want it? Like right now, like within an hour. If you wanted to make an appointment and drive over to a Walgreens, do you not think that you could get the vaccine immediately? And for that reason, what Trump says there is crazy. There's a second level of crazy that I think is fairly obvious. I'm gonna make sure that you know about it. But first, let's give him a little bit more of a chance to try to explain his non-thoughts.
If you're white, you don't get the vaccine, or if you're white, you don't get therapeutics. It's unbelievable to think this. And nobody wants this. Black people don't want it. White people don't want it. Nobody wants it. It's not even believable. You saw this a week ago where it came out. Nobody can even believe it. They don't even talk about it, and they don't want to talk about it because they know it doesn't work very well for them. But
what doesn't work very well for him is his brain. So nobody knows about this, but it came out last week and they don't want to talk about it except presumably the person from which it came out, and they don't like it because it doesn't work for them. Then why are they doing it? Also, it doesn't exist. Also, this is the most obvious point. He is telling a crowd of people who, up until he sort of did his end, that's supposed to be an applause line, they were very confused. I don't know if you could hear very well. There wasn't a lot of clapping and cheering going on because he is telling a crowd of people who would never take the vaccine that they can't get access to the vaccine. They don't want it. They've had a solid year where they could get it. They choose not to get it, and yet they're being told, and it's implied that they're supposed to clap at the idea that they would be sent to the back of the line. If you're white, you're not allowed to get the vaccine. So I'll just say, I guess I slipped through the cracks in the system because I'm pretty damn white and I've gotten 2 shots at this point. I'm mixing and matching. I'm getting J&J, I'm getting Pfizer and everything. I had my choice. I went to a mass vaccination center, then I went to a Walgreens, didn't experience any issues in either of them, didn't have to wait at the end of a line. And that's coming from a white guy, white people. So trust me, you could get it if you want it, but you know that you don't at this point, so stop lying. The thing about the therapeutics, like, okay, I could see them caring about that, even though every single person in that crowd has spent a year and a half saying that the pandemic isn't serious and we don't need to do anything about it. And what do you need real human therapeutics for? You got all sorts of farm animal medicine you can take. You don't have to wait at the end of a line at a cattle store to get that stuff. But anyway, what he is implying there, and he has a hard time explaining it because honestly, he doesn't even understand the conspiracy theories that he later tries to reference, is a thing that Tucker Carlson spread after picking it up from Alex Jones. And it's that supposedly, in addition to many other considerations about treatment, the obvious and documented racial disparity in pre-existing conditions that can be comorbidities for COVID and outcomes inside of the pandemic is something that is taken into account. These guidelines that were released, I think it was the Wall Street Journal that sent these out, state that non-white race or Hispanic Latino ethnicity should be considered a risk factor because of longstanding systemic health and social inequities that increase the risk of severe illness and death from COVID-19. They're referencing numbers like this. Hispanic or Latino people die of COVID-19 at a rate of 2.1 times compared to white people, and Black or African American people die at a rate of 1.9 times white people. So that is one of many things that is taken into account when choosing therapeutics, not vaccines. He doesn't even understand what the conspiracy theory is. And by the way, he's the bad guy here, but there's a secondary bad guy, and it is Tucker Carlson, because Alex Jones sent in one of his reporters to a hospital to fake needing the treatment so that they could shed light on this thing. And they were told by the doctors there that he didn't need the treatment. Now, they did confirm that race is one of many things they take into account, but that was not the reason why he was not getting it. It's very clear in the video released by InfoWars. Tucker Carlson then picked up the story and did two things that prove that he has less journalistic ethics than Alex freaking Jones. One, he talked about that video and never identified that it was an InfoWars reporter, that it was the heart of this story. And two, didn't acknowledge, as even InfoWars did, that the doctors said he didn't need the treatment. He lied multiple ways worse than Alex Jones was even willing to. And then Donald Trump picks up the story and doesn't even understand it. And here's the thing, as of right now, again, the people that he's talking to, they don't want this stuff. They love the racial grievance. They love the idea that white people are in some way being infringed on, even if it's a way that they would never actually engage with, since they don't want the vaccine. But as of right now, the number of Trump voters who oppose even encouraging vaccination, this is not mandating it, this is not them getting it, this is just doctors and the government saying you should get vaccinated, 48% oppose that. An all-time high that's been steadily climbing throughout the year as more and more of this anti-vaccine propaganda has been spread. And so Trump says a lot of crazy things that don't make sense, even from the point of view of his ideology, but I think he might have maxed out with these quotes.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.